Bhopal, the capital of a state in the heart of India, Madhya Pradesh. Known as the City of Lakes, it is a blend of scenic beauty, old historic charm, and modern urban planning. With a population of about 2 million, the city had happiness and prosperity ringing on its streets. On December 3, 1984, Bhopal became the epicenter of the world's worst ever industrial disaster. A storage tank containing methyl isocyanate at the Union Carbide pesticide plant leaked into the densely populated city of Bhopal. The toxic gas cloud spread over an estimated 25 square miles, affecting a population of 520,000 people in the poorest parts of the city.
The time when the gas leaked, then people all around were asleep. It was a Sunday that day, and so it was midnight. It was a little after midnight that the gas leaked.
People woke up coughing. They were rushed to the hospitals, which were not prepared for the onslaught. They had breathlessness, vomiting, and irritation of the eyes. It felt as if someone had put my lungs on fire. I was sweating, and my eyes were swollen. I could not open them. The leak turned Bhopal into a gas chamber. On that fateful night, over 6,000 people died due to initial inhalation. Approximately 20,000 people died in the short term. An estimated 200,000 people suffer from permanent injuries. Countless unnamed victims were flung into mass graves and taken to mass cremation. People wished to die. If someone died, he was considered at peace or lucky. In addition to innocent people losing their lives, thousands of dead cattle laid in the streets. At the time of the leak, Dr. Pradeep Rohadki, distinguished professor at UW Milwaukee, was serving as the founding director of Advanced Material and Process Research Institute in Bhopal.
Next day morning, I had to get involved in all the investigations because my laboratory had been made as the headquarters from where all the research would be done.
Amidst this chaos, the ones who did survive,
they have multisystemic damage because the gases entered their lungs and then crossed in the pulmonary barrier and went into the bloodstream, and thus damaged the immune system, the reproductive system, the brain, the nervous system, the lungs. Now we know that there is widespread psychiatric problems, particularly depression and anxiety disorders.
In 2001, Union Carbide Corporation became a wholly owned subsidiary of Dow Chemical Company. The gas leak has left a permanent imprint on Bhopal. This is the year of the 30th anniversary of the ongoing disaster. Even today, the Bhopal disaster site is still proving to be a toxic killer.
And lots of people think that it's, 30 years. I mean, surely that's over now, and they don't realize the ongoing effects.
There are stockpiles of chemicals left unattended in the abandoned Union Carbide plant. This solar evaporation pond was used to routinely dump hazardous outflow from the Union Carbide plant. The toxic waste still lies here, which seeps through, contaminating the groundwater. Recent reports show toxic chemicals and heavy metals in the groundwater as far as 2 miles from the plant. These poisons are endangering the health of the residents who have been drinking the contaminated water for 3 decades.
And these chemicals that we're talking of, dichlorobenzenes and trichlorobenzenes and benzene hexachloride, and so there's basically they are bioaccumulative chemicals. They collect inside your body.
Today, more than 200,000 residents of Bhopal suffer from chronic illnesses. The big question is, what should be done?
Somehow convince the Dow Chemical and the chemical industry to try to send funds and send people and also do the cleanup. The cleanup has still not been done.
For the welfare of the survivors, Sambhavna Clinic offers free modern and traditional therapies. The founder of Sambhavna, Mr. Satynath Sarangi, is a gold medalist engineer. While pursuing his PhD, he plunged into the crisis and has since been engaged in issues concerning healthcare and rights for the victims.
So today, most of the people we see at the clinic, they have breathing problems, they have hypersensitivities, different kinds of allergies, and the other worrying part is too many people with cancers.
The gas-affected women have menstrual irregularities, early menopause, increased rate of stillbirth, and high neonatal mortality.
And what the research that has done by Sambhavna and Sambhavna Trust research advisors that and published in journals such as the Journal of American Medical Association and the American Journal of Industrial Medicine. These show that the generation born after children conceived by gas-exposed parents after the disaster, even they are marked by hidden carbides poisons.
When the breast milk of the mothers in this community was tested,
They had so high concentrations of chlorobenzenes, organochemicals, and high concentrations of mercury, yeah, that it would be toxic for an adult person.
in their journey from disaster victims to grassroots activists, Rashida B. and Champadevi Shukla have emerged as leaders despite their poverty and ill health. In 2004, both the women won the American Public Health Association's prestigious Goldman Environmental Award. They received $125,000, which they used to start Chingari Trust Rehabilitation Center. The primary goal of the clinic is to rehabilitate children who are second and third generation victims. Currently, 650 children are enrolled in the clinic, but we don't have that much capacity, so about 180 to 200 children attend each day. We see children with cerebral palsy, autism, mental retardation, hearing impairment, and visual impairment. Depending on the child's needs, they are sent to the appropriate therapist. This is Abhi Batam. He has speech problems. It was a real pleasure meeting Abhi. 10-year-old Alicia is a cerebral palsy patient. She is being treated by a speech therapist. Khalid suffers from mental retardation and spinal cord problems. He is 17 and unable to stand. 5-year-old Manal suffers from tubercular meningitis along with hydrocephalus. His mother brings him to the occupational therapist every day. On the night of the disaster, I was only 2. My parents lay dead in front of me. My older brother and sister led me out of the house. Chingari continues to give her and her son hope. Suraj is 18 years old. He is a spastic cerebral palsy patient. He is being treated by a physical therapist. Meenakshi had lower limb deformity and delayed milestone. Her growth was severely stunted and she learned to walk at age 4. She is 9 years old. After her treatment at Chingari, she has improved a lot. She goes to a regular school now. 7-year-old Muhammad Ali suffers from microcephaly, a neurodevelopmental disorder. When he first came to Chingari, his tongue used to hang out of his mouth. He used to move like this. He had waddling gait, a very uncoordinated walk. But now, he is doing about 70 to 80% better. Irfan suffers from mental retardation and cerebral palsy. I was in Bhopal at the time of the gas leak. I was 4. My sister and I were asleep. My mother put water on our eyes to salute any traces of the gas. I never had any health problems growing up, but I don't know why it happened to my son. We have no family history either. Another touching experience was meeting 12-year-old Zed. He has a degenerative condition, so he is unable to sit or stand without support. Otherwise, he is a very bright child. Do you like to watch TV? Do you watch Doraemon? No, I don't watch any cartoons. As the children improve physically and mentally, the special education teacher helps the students with their general education curriculum, interpersonal skills, and team building. After completing their morning classes, the students get ready to play some outdoor games. Today, it's bocce ball.
Good shot!
As the lunch bell rings, the children begin to line up. The children are then seated and begin to take attendance. After saying grace, the meal is served. I was extremely moved when I met with the mothers of these children. The dedicated staff at Chingari does a commendable job giving them hope one day at a time. Chingari is an example to the world that these children can live a respectable life. They are no less than anybody. All they need is a little support. It is not their fault. They did not do harm to anyone. They came into this world, and it is our job to help them live. I feel really happy to see these children improve, as if I have gotten a new life. Even though I lost my 3 sons to the disaster, I have found a new family here at Chingari. Working with and providing for these children has helped me overcome my own sorrows. In 2011, Dr. Lalita Duperone, Associate Director for Center of South Asia, UW-Madison, helped start a nutrition program to provide a daily meal to every student. To help sustain this nutrition program, I, along with Physicians for Social Responsibility Wisconsin, a nonprofit organization, am raising funds to help support Chingari Trust. The cost of sponsoring a child's lunch for an entire year is $65.
When you visit the area around the factory where the Chingari and Sambhavna clinics are, when you spend time at the clinic, you realize how people's lives are still affected, have really been ruined by this disaster, and it's just very troubling that there's nothing for these people. They've lost people that could have provided a livelihood for them. So they're financially deprived, their health is not good, and they're completely reliant on the efforts of volunteers and other non-governmental organizations to look after them.
The Bhopal gas leak has left a very dark legacy. Generations of children are still being born with birth defects and are at high risk of suffering from physical ailments and psychological disorders as they grow up. Many of these children won't reach adulthood. In spite of the odds, the staff at Chingari Rehabilitation Center continues to hope and help. I urge you to support Chingari, to help these children. Every dollar counts.
रंग है ना, खुशबू है ना, कहीं पे सजे हैं, रंग है ना, खुशबू